Shockingly, and without any rational explanation, the 15 members of the UN Security Council stood in silent prayer in memory of the just deceased butcher of Tehran, Ibrahim Raisi. It's as if they stood up to honor the passing of Hitler in 1945. Something very weird, Claire Lopez, just happened at the United Nations. The Security Council, which are the leading countries of the world, supposedly, who are in favor of peace and human rights and respect for countries to countries, both internally and externally, stood with a moment of silence to honor the death of President Raisi, including the United States of America. 15 countries stood in silence out of respect for his passing, for the butcher of Tehran, who might have been responsible, we're talking mass murder, as many as 30,000 people. Can you explain to me? I'll read you the countries: the United Kingdom, France, Switzerland, Japan, South Korea, Slovenia, obviously us, Russia, China, stood in silent prayer, respect, whatever, for a mass murderer, as if he's just, president of France, president of Canada. Can you explain this? This is insanity. It's as if it truly is. World War II ends, if there was a United Nations, Hitler kills himself, and everybody stands up to honor the passing of the Chancellor of Germany. Is there any difference?
Not really. It was outrageous. It was unbelievable that the United States should participate in that. Never mind all of the others, the 15 members, the 5 permanent and the 10 rotating members of the Security Council. Let us remember one thing. As president, Ibrahim Raisi oversaw the Iranian Ministry of Intelligence, the intelligence service operation inside the United States to send assassination teams to kill former U.S. Department of State and other former officials. John Bolton among them, former National Security Advisor. Mike Pompeo among them, former Secretary of State. And they stand for the president who oversaw that operation, which I don't even know if it's over at the moment. I know that it was exposed at some point a couple of years ago, but is that operation actually finished or over, that they are going to just not do that anymore? Hit squads. He sent hit squads for our State Department people.
I'm stunned by what you're saying. How irrelevant has the United Nations become if you can't make a statement simply calling evil evil? And this isn't even open to debate. The whole world knows it. Tens of millions of people were praying for the death of this man inside his own country. Mm-hmm. He was so feared, so hated by the survivors in memorial to their family members whose bodies they never got back from the prisons that were thrown into mass graves and buried by bulldozers. The comment by Gilad Erdan, Israel's ambassador to the United Nations, was perfect. He said, quote, "You saw it correctly. The UN Security Council dedicated a moment of silence in memory of the mass murdering president of Iran, Raisi. What a disgrace. This Security Council, which has taken no real steps to advance the release of our hostages, bowed its head for a man responsible for massacring and murdering thousands in Iran, in Israel, and around the globe. What's next? Will the council dedicate a moment of silence to commemorate Hitler?" I agree. Well said, Ambassador Erdan. And he's right.
I also agree. I saw that speech. He is exactly right. At a time, of course, when millions of Iranians, the Iranian people inside the country, are setting off fireworks and handing out sweets because they are glad to see the end of the butcher of Tehran.
Well said. We should have been doing the same thing instead of standing up like imbeciles at the Security Council as if he's just one of us. And he's not. And he wasn't. Good riddance. An evil, evil man is gone.